Hi, I'm Jen O'Brien, and we are going to wrap glass. Now, before we begin, what you're going to need for this exercise is 2 boxes. That's right, 2 boxes. The one on the outside cannot be recycled. It must be a brand new box. Packing paper, new bubble wrap, not recycled, new bubble wrap. And for this exercise, we are going to use a biodegradable packing peanuts, okay? Look, I hate packing peanuts as much as the next guy, okay? Absolutely hate opening a box full of packing peanuts, but when it comes to shipping glass, which is very heavy, and you're double boxing and you're using paper, it just really cuts down on the weight, and there's just nothing that compares to it. Today we are going to be wrapping a Lotus Mist, butterfly and berry vase. This vase is 9.5 inches, and we are also going to send the original box. Now, a lot of you might wrap this up and put it in the original box. That would be wrong, okay? This box is from the 1990s. The structural integrity of this box is absolute garbage. So we will not be putting the vase back in this box. What I will do is I will simply flatten the box and put it at the bottom of the package. First step, if there is a hole in your glass, you must fill it. If the hole looks like that, you fill that. If the hole looks like that, you fill that. And we're gonna fill it with packing paper. So the purpose of this is that if something were to knock against this, we are gonna make sure that nothing does, but if it were to, there would be no resistance on the other side of this piece of glass, and you're more likely to get a chip or a break or a crack. So because this vase is kind of a tall one, I'm gonna crumple it up in the long way so that when people get it, they can just pull on the top and the whole thing will come out, and they're not stuck putting their hand into this little tiny vessel trying to pull paper out, right? So we'll leave it just a little up like that so they can pull it right out. So now we've got that like that. We got 2 pieces in there, nice and tight. It's pushed down to the bottom. That is step 1. So next step, we are going to assemble the interior box. So this, we're gonna wrap the item. We're gonna put it in this box. We're gonna close this box. Then we're gonna put this box in a bigger box with lots of packing peanuts around it and suspend this box in the center of the larger box. This interior box can be a recycled box. It is better if it is a new box, but this particular item is bigger than my normal items, and I don't have the perfect size new box, but this is a very thick weight box. Not everybody does this, but I think it's a best practice to wrap hand-painted items in a sheet of the packing paper before you bubble. And that is to protect the paint. And so some of the bubble wrap people be using is real sticky, okay? And if you get a really sticky piece of plastic over a hand-painted item, you just don't wanna risk it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna put 1 sheet of paper around this baby. I'm gonna secure that with my packing tape. And I'm gonna just close the ends of this and get a little padding going on either side. Now we're gonna bubble. Now folks, I know bubble wrap is expensive, but you really need to cost that out when you're selling your pieces, because you cannot be cheap with the bubble wrap, okay? Do not be cheap with the bubble wrap, because people's hearts are invested in these items. And I don't know if you've ever gotten a chipped item, but it'll ruin your day real quick, okay? I mean, you'll never get over it. I got a blue Burmese koi fish vase once with a big old chip in it, and I'm still in recovery. I'm still thinking about it to this day. So we do it one time around Now I've got several good layers of bubble on there. And then we're gonna go the other way. You can't just fold these sides up and call it good. You really need to go the other way. Now, one good rule of thumb that I picked up from Primetime Treasure Hunter is when you're doing these kinds of wraps on glass or ceramics, you wanna feel where the edge would be. And if you can feel the hardness of the edge and not just pillowy bubble wrap, then you don't have enough bubble wrap. And that's done me good, that little piece of advice. Now another little tip, there's a lot of bubble wrap works both ways, but according to the US patent, okay, the bubbles should be facing outward. The idea is that the bubbles will absorb the impact and pop, and therefore no impact will hit your goods. And of course, I think the bubbles pop from the reverse side. I think it goes either way, but bubbles out according to Dr. Lori. If you follow her. Shout out to Dr. Lori. Okay, this thing is very well bubbled. Alrighty, so I am going to make sure it still fits, because sometimes you get the bubble wrap on and you realize, oh, it doesn't fit in the box anymore. One more piece of our packing paper going into the bottom, and our well bubble wrap items gonna slide right in there. It's a real good fit, right? So what you want to achieve with your packing paper and your bubble wrap is you want to be able to shake this box and have no movement, not a single movement coming from the package. And when I close these down, you want to close the top on it and really give it a, this one's good. Okay, let's go ahead and seal that box up. Get a nice tight squeeze on it. Now we're going to build our exterior box. This is your brand new box. And we are gonna go a little crazy with the tape. We're gonna go down the middle, but we're also gonna go on both of the sides, both on the bottom and the top, just to reinforce, making sure that both your tape works and that your box stays very well closed in transit. Give yourself a little extra on the side. Don't stop right there, okay? You want to get maximum sealage. If this were a little heavier than the Lotus Mist vase, I would probably do another piece along the middle, but the weight on this isn't gonna be that much. Now, before I put any peanuts in the box, to go ahead and lay the original box in there flat, the bottom. This way it won't, get all bendy under some uneven peanuts. Now for the peanuts. Yes. We'll place our inner box into the peanuts, and our goal is to suspend the interior box at the center of this box with protection on all sides. So in we go. Okay, when it comes to getting the lid closed on the box, I have just a little too many peanuts in here. So you see how it doesn't lay flat? Gotta lay flat. We are in business. Now we're gonna squeeze the box tight, make sure we get a tight closure on the top. I'm gonna add that little extra on the sides, and now we're gonna do the sides here. I use this tape. It is like a little bit more than 2 inches. If I had a 3-inch tape, I probably wouldn't need this last step, but my tape's a little skinny. So the very last step that I do, once the sides are done, the middle tape is down, I pull a piece of tape that's gonna go the length of the box, and I put it just a little kitty corner so that it's gonna go slightly diagonal on the top, but you want to be fully on the tape on both sides, right? So it's not much, just a little bit, and then I lay that down, and that will give me just the little bit of edge that I need, and I should have actually done that on the bottom, so let's go ahead and do that. And there you have it. Now I will weigh this on my scale, which you absolutely need one if you don't have one. And then I will print the label off my thermal label printer, which you should totally get if you don't have one. They're amazing and not that expensive. And this will be ready to go. So you've got your package, you've weighed it, you put the label on it, and the last step is to email your client the tracking information and or attach it to their PayPal receipt or digital receipt somehow so that they can access the tracking information. All right, one down, a few more to go. Hope you've enjoyed this Ship That Glass class. I'm Jen O'Brien.